All right, everybody. Oh, happy day. I hope you're doing amazingly well. This video is helping you understand the very simple steps that you need to understand so that you can accomplish 7 figures of success. This is going to help you understand the very little things that you need to do to make a lasting impact in your own life by accomplishing $1 million of production. It does take simple steps to be able to reach massive milestones of making $1 million. Small steps of action are necessary to realize amazing success because, believe it or not, small steps will help you accomplish big, massive goals of making $1 million. It may seem like a pipe dream for you, but when you put the math into perspective, it'll help you become more powerful and more profitable and hopefully make this $1 million milestone your reality. Now in this video, I'll also give you some very simple steps that you can take to hopefully take your career to the next level, and I appreciate you joining with me today in this content. I hope it helps you. So first off, the business is not an easy business, but it is surprisingly simple, and so is the math necessary to make $1 million or 7 figures selling final expense insurance. So the first thing that we need to understand is we need to break down this $1 million number. It seems just massive, right? It's like, oh, man, it's too big. I can't move this. This is too much. Well, not really. When you divide it into digestible steps, we're going to take $1 million. We're going to divide it by 5, okay? That's going to break it down into 5 sections of $200,000. Now, hang with me here, and I'm going to help you understand how to do this in a very diligent, disciplined way so that you can be decisive in making this your hopeful reality. So 90% of the agent force will never find massive levels of success, and sometimes it's just because they lose their vision. They don't understand the math necessary to make it. So if we do $200,000, now we divide this number by 52 weeks in a year, okay? So you're going to make $1 million in the course of 5 years. And if someone told you they'd give you $1 million if you could do a couple things really well for 5 years, would you do it? I bet you would. You'd probably work with a little bit more pep in your step. You'd have a little bit more profitability to push through the nose. But $200,000 divided by 52 weeks in the year is going to really equate to an annual premium weekly of only $3,846.15 of AP, which is annualized premium on the weekly. So this isn't some big, overwhelming goal, okay? It's not going to bog you down here, because when you've got only $3,846.15 of AP in a week at 100% commission for the purpose of this video, this means that really you could break this down in the course of, if you could sell 9 policies, let's say of a monthly premium of $35.62, you'd make $200,000 a year, and in the course of 5 years, you would be $1 million producer. This is powerful to grasp. Small things become big things. And if you're like, that's too much, I'm a bigger producer, 8 sales a week at $40.07 a month, 8 different sales would get you that same number. Or maybe you're like, no, I like the number 7. I'm going to do 7 sales at $45.79 a month. I can do that. That will give you $3,846.15 of annual premium. Do that by 52 weeks. You've made your $200,000 of production. Do that by 5 years. You will find yourself to be a 7-figure, financially, hopefully free insurance producer selling a very simple product. Now, the business isn't easy. I'm going to give you some tips that you're going to want to take to heart so that you can hopefully accomplish this. But it's all about understanding the math. The math is necessary so that we can see the vision, see the place where we're going. So 6 sales a week at $53.42 will allow you to accomplish the same thing. If you sell 5 sales on average a week for $64.11, if you do this consistently, you're going to capitalize and hopefully make $1 million. This is the math that you need to know. It's not as scary as you may think, and successful people will always keep the most important things in front of them, and that's going to be their numbers, but also the activity that's going to be necessary to accomplish this. So 4 sales a week, $80.13. Maybe you're a big mortgage protection cat and you can sell 3 policies a week of $106.84 a month. This will allow you to accomplish the same thing here of being a $1 million producer in the course, okay, of 5 years. If you do 2 sales a week at $160 of premium that you take from your consumer to help them take care of their problems, because the bigger problems that you solve, the bigger paychecks that you'll realize, because the problems are bigger and so is your product's solution. If you sell 1 policy a week at $320.51, you'll find yourself making this annual premium of only $3,846.15 a week. And if you do this for just 5 years straight, you will accomplish $1 million of powerful production. So this is the simple math that you need to know to be able to be really diligent about making this happen. Now, the math is good, but the math isn't going to make this reality. It really comes down to discipline. To make $1 million, you've got to be more disciplined than you've ever been a day in your life. Discipline is so important to dominating in the insurance space. 90% of the agent force will not find success and will not make $1 million. I have made millions selling insurance in my career. I'm a $1 million roundtable insurance agent, and I run a national insurance agency partnering with some of the most powerful agents across this nation, selling life and Medicare and annuities face-to-face, but yes, in the telespace. And you, by following this roadmap, can realize massive levels, even millions of dollars like I have in this industry, but you've got to be disciplined. You can never give up, and free resources always on my website at jasonfinalexpense.com for your taking. But you've got to be extremely disciplined with everything you do. You've got to manage the most important thing, and that is time. Time is your greatest asset. It's also your greatest enemy. You've got to realize that time is everything. You don't have all this time to just sit around. You're not going to make millions of dollars sitting on your couch. You've got to be one that capitalizes on every minute that you have. You've got to be intentional in the discipline that you have, but also the decisive use of time. Time is everything, but you've got to take the time to do the math. You've got to take the time to make the most of every sales call, of every telesales call, of every time that you go knock the doors and see the people. You've got to be disciplined. It's not a big thing to sell 9 small policies in a week. It's not a big thing to sell 6 policies on an average monthly premium of $53.42 a month. This isn't some massive policy, but small things become big things, and it takes small steps of action to realize amazing success. And if you want $1 million in 5 years selling at Final Expense, you've got to bring $1 million work ethic every day, every sales call, every time that you're calling on some of the greatest people on the planet. You're helping them with their problems, but you've got to be $1 million mindset agent. You've got to be disciplined. You can't have any weakness in you if you want to make the wealth. So when it comes to time, you've got to take the time to spend it with these great folks. You've got to invest it into them and invest it in yourself, in getting yourself better. You've got to hone yourself. You've got to help yourself by being around good people. But then you've got to do one thing, and that's work. You've got to do the work if you want to experience the wealth. And work is a 4-letter word these days. It's something where we don't like hearing we got to sometimes work more. But if we want to make all this happen, excuses aren't going to pay my bills. I can have a million excuses why I can't sell 5 little policies or 9 little policies a week. But if I want to make this happen, by keeping myself focused on the math, it gives me the best chance of being that 8% agent in the nation that dominates and succeeds selling a simple product. So to recap, we've got to be disciplined. We've got to use our time wisely if we want to make the wealth. And we've got to work. When we're working, we've got to be all about working, not distracted. Distractions will not help you dominate the industry. We've got to remove that noise, and we've got to step to the next level. So we've got to work when we're working. And then we've got to focus on tip number 4. We've got to focus on leads. Leads are the lifeblood of this industry. Those that do or those that get, it's very much a performance-based business. You've got to have enough leads, and you can do this quite easily if you work the hours, you've got good proven power scripts, you buy lots of leads, because the law of large numbers is really on your side to help you engage in high activity. Activity is what's going to help you accomplish 7-figure success, but it's going to take 5 years of working, 5 years of putting this level of discipline and grind and go mentality so that you can get the $1 million of insurance production that you know you're capable of, because belief is the backbone of this industry. And if you believe you've got what it takes, you believe you're disciplined more than somebody else, you've got, hopefully, what's in you to make that money and take care of more people. If you've got time down where you get rid of the white space on your calendar, you're ready to make the wealth, you may make 7 figures selling a simple product. If you know how to work, you understand that's a 4-letter word you enjoy getting out of your mouth and getting on the phones with and knocking doors and seeing people and protecting great people. This may be a place of profitability for you when even 90% of the agent force doesn't find success. You're like, nope, I got a whole lot of work in me and I'm going to make the wealth, period. If you got no quit in you, let me tell you, buy those leads. Leads are important. You want to have as many leads as you can. If you're a final expense agent, whether you're face-to-face or in the telespace, you want to take inventory of your discipline, your time, your work ethic, but also how you work your leads. Buying leads and sitting on them isn't going to make you successful. You've got to work those leads like you're broke, and you got to serve people like you've already made the millions of dollars that you know you're capable of. So leads are important. Leads are the lifeblood. You need a lot of them. You need good leads that are exclusive to you. You need even age leads sometimes if you're just getting going. You can accomplish this off age leads. It's just going to take a little bit more work. And if you need a good aged lead vendor, reach out at jasonfinalexpense.com. I'll help you get some good leads at a great price where you can get aged leads as cheap as $1.50 a lead when you go statewide. So pretty important to understand. But if you really want to accomplish $1 million of production, you need to have someone that's made it in your life, like the men and women at jasonfinalexpense.com. I run a national agency and I'm a $1 million roundtable producer. I have made millions selling insurance. So having a mentor that you vetted that actually has accomplished what you want to attain, it's so important that you have joined a good work family that you can call a home. If you've got a place that's just a house and not a home, no one's really helping you step to that next level, you may never realize 7 figures of success. It may seem like it's a pipe dream. It'll never really happen. And it could just be that your mentor, your manager, your upline has never made $1 million of production themselves. That could very well be the place, because if they understand the math, they can help you make it. If they've attained it themselves, they can hopefully help you take it to the next level. Now, is there any promise that you're going to be a $1 million producer? No. This career is all about being a performance-based agent, and that's the blessing and the curse of it. Those that perform are those that get the pay, and those that don't, they just won't. And that does open up massive opportunity for you, because when you know the keys that you need to engage with, when you know the simple math that is necessary to make $1 million selling final expense insurance, you'll work with a different swagger about you. You'll work with more active intentionality so that when you go on these sales calls, you can be successful, because small steps of success, even 9 little small steps every week or 7 small steps every week, will give you this weekly annualized premium of $3,846.15 every week. You do that over the course of 5 years. You've made $200,000 of income selling a very simple product. You do this for 5 years straight. You have now become an agent that made 7 figures following very simple steps to very great people that need you. And this can make a lasting impact on not only your own life financially, but in all the families that you've helped find protection for. And you know what? Don't be afraid to reward yourself. Like me, I love gummy worms. I love gummy bears. It doesn't matter, but you've got to bear down with more discipline. When it attacks you with a weak, it's not what you want. You feel weak. You got to be a warrior. You've got to be a warrior if you want to make the wealth. Understand that when bad weeks happen, you're just going to work that much harder. You're going to execute with more discipline. Use your time even more powerfully, because action will fix more problems that you know. How you use your time will allow you to take your career to the next level, and how you work will hopefully help you find the wealth. Buy lots of leads, have good mentorship. Please make sure you vet your trainer. If you have a trainer, ask them if they've ever made $1 Million Round Table. Have they ever made $1 million or more in this industry? Ask those questions so that you cannot question yourself in a business that is so simple. But no, it's not easy, and not everybody makes it. But if you want to make $1 million, it is very possible for you. When you put the equation on paper, it becomes a whole lot more profitable. You can work more powerfully, and hopefully this dream will be your reality. I hope this helps you, my friends. Have a great day. Have an amazing day tomorrow. Free resources always for your taking at jasonfinalexpense.com. And I appreciate you today. Have a good one. Bye-bye.